This news update is brought to you by...
Say hello to Carol. Carol talks for a living, from morning till night. So she relies on Flo's crystal clear home phone service brought to her through Flo's 100% fiber to the home network. It keeps her in the know, and because she bundles her mobile broadband and TV services, she enjoys huge savings, so she can enjoy much more for much less. So visit any Flo retail outlet, call 1-800-804-2994, or visit discoverflow.co to find out more. One-of-a-kind connection. This is how we flow.
This is the Barbados Today evening news update for Wednesday, April 20th. Thank you for joining us. I am Marie-Claire Williams. Tourism Minister Richard Seeley says the restructuring of regional airline LIAT will continue in the wake of the resignation of CEO David Evans. Seeley told Barbados Today that while the airline has improved in some areas, there is need for further enhancement in order to regain the traveling public's confidence. One of the controversial issues in recent times has been a proposal to transfer the airline's base from Antigua to Barbados. Antigua's Prime Minister Gaston Brown has publicly opposed the suggestion, but Seeley appeared not to be ruling out the possibility at this time.
It is not anything that is going to happen in any haphazard manner. What is more relevant than where LIAT is based in terms of its overall performance is where you have your hubs located. Now, one of the things that we have discovered is that because of the level of airlift that comes into Barbados, particularly from UK, Europe, it makes more sense to have more LIAT aircraft based here. And by having a base here, that has all other implications as well, administratively, crew and so on. But the point is that, having, a large element of your flight operations at the BC Bird Airport in Antigua didn't necessarily make as much sense as having some of the flights based there.
The Managing Director of Scotiabank, David Noel, is hailing the financial institution's contribution to Barbados' development during the island's 50 years of independence. But Noel acknowledged that the bank's growth depends heavily on the performance of the local economy. He was addressing the launch of activities to mark 60 years of operations in Barbados. Meanwhile, Finance Minister Chris Sinclair is praising Scotiabank for staying the course and having faith in Barbados' economy.
It is critical because I think that part of the development of any society, particularly those which are emerging economies, those coming out of a colonial experience, trying to find their way in a very competitive and sometimes quite hostile global environment, which gets worse as you go on rather than better, it seems, at least, to have strong partners in development across a number of sectors, but particularly for small, vulnerable, open economies such as Barbados, to have strong partners in the financial sector.
The disposal of coconut shells is proving to be a major environmental concern for health officials, and Officer Ryle Rock tells Barbados Today that vendors need to dispose of the materials in a proper manner. Rock made the comments while supervising a cleanup of an illegal dumping site in Vaucluse, St. Thomas this morning.
Just northwest of Christie Village, there's a spot where a lot of coconut shells have been deposited. It's a ridiculous situation in that particular area. In St. David's, there are some like 17 heaps of refuse, which would consist of tires, old appliances. We also have construction rubble on the area that needs to be cleared. This is definitely unsatisfactory.
Rock maintains that his department will not tolerate the illegal disposal of garbage on the island.
Again, we like to let people know that they're responsible for clearing the spot whenever we get there. We also like to let the truckers and haulers know that whenever they have a job to do in an efficient manner. In these secluded areas, they can easily drop off the stuff and cause a lot of problems in the area, all right? But again, we are on the lookout to have a hold on this situation.
Attorney General Adriel Brathwaite is calling for greater support for young people who are being released from the island's reform schools. Addressing a fellowship meeting of the Bridgetown Optimist Club last night, Brathwaite said 3 more girls will soon be leaving the government industrial school, and according to him, a major challenge is helping them reintegrate into society, especially when there is no family to turn to.
At this point in time, I am told by the management of the government industrial school that we may have about 3 or 4 young ladies who within the next couple of months might be graduating from the school, but there's no way to send them. There's no mother, no father, no aunt, no uncle, no one who's willing to take in these young women and stuff. And of course, as an adult, as a responsible citizen, I say to myself and I say to the management, we notwithstand the fact that they may be 17 or 18, and in a particular one case where I'm told that particular young lady may be very challenged in terms of supporting herself, we have to find a way to ensure that notwithstanding that they're adults, that we can still give them the kind of support that is necessary. Otherwise, we know what's going to happen. They're going to come into society, they're going to either end up doing things that they should not be doing or be taken advantage of.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Your first friend, your first love, your first teacher. Show your appreciation for the first lady in your life. Send a photo of you and your mother to We Love You Mom at barbadostoday.bb to be featured in our special Mother's Day photo album and for a chance to win some exciting prizes.
To Mom with love.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter, that's the move for me. Stability, prosperity, we're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
In news from the region, Guyana's Deputy Director of Prisons, Gladwin Samuels, has been testifying before the Commission of Inquiry into last month's fire at the Camp Street Detention Facility in Georgetown. 16 inmates were killed in the blaze, and the incident prompted calls for prison reform. We get the details from Capital News in Georgetown.
Inmates who testified said it was Samuels who told prison wardens to lock the door, which resulted in the deaths of 17 inmates.
You said let the fun and death.
No, sir.
Would you have said that under any circumstances to anyone?
I would not have, more so in a prison environment.
The prison officer said since the deaths of the prisoners on March 3rd, he has been devastated.
Operating in a prison environment is a very unique opportunity. And the fact that for a number of years I would have demonstrated what I would want to refer to as excellent leadership qualities. And even on the day of the incident, knowing that I did all that was possible in order to safeguard the lives of prisoners.
Further afield, a Norwegian court has upheld the claim brought by mass murderer Anders Breivik that he was subjected to inhumane and degrading treatment in prison. Breivik had challenged the government over his solitary confinement, which saw him held alone in his cell for up to 23 hours per day. He was denied contact with other inmates and only communicated with prison staff through a thick glass barrier. Following the ruling, his lawyer called for his solitary confinement to be repealed. Breivik, a right-wing extremist, killed dozens of young people in an attack on the island of Utøya in 2011. He also set off a car bomb in the capital Oslo, killing 8 people. And that's the evening news. Remember, there's more on our website, www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're on Izumi Media in bus terminals and Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Or you could also tune into Channel 99 on Flow TV or Mix 96.9 FM for more news. I'm Marie Claire Williams. Have a good evening.